evening to each and every one of us. Do pardon the delay. We were trying to fix some few bits, but we can now get to begin. Well, then, let me take this chance to welcome all of you who are just tuning in. If you're here, please go ahead and just type in below Howie. I'd like to see how many have been able to tune in. I would like to also take this chance to appreciate you all for being able to become members to this channel. I appreciate each and everyone's loyalty, right? Okay, then. So I would like us to go ahead and talk about a nice topic that I scheduled for us today. Now, the reason as to why I chose this one specifically is because most people still struggle with using modal verbs in German. So, in this live stream, I want us to go ahead and talk about it in depth. All right. So, the focus here is going to be on the modal verbs, and the ones we're going to cover is number one. We're going to begin with this one. So, let us begin with the sollen. Now, I would recommend you copy it from your end, as this will help you in the practice of the various verbs conjugations, okay? So, the first modal verb that I'd like us to talk about today is actually sollen. Now, be informed that sollen here means should. Sollen now means should, all right? Sollen, should. So how do I conjugate this sollen? Now, if I'm to conjugate it, I would go ahead and select this. We have ish. Now, under ish is ish soll. There you go. Ish soll, which now means I should. All right. I should. And then under do now becomes du sollst. All right. Remember, it's ish soll, I should. And then du sollst. You should. Du sollst. You should. All right. And then I have the third one, which is er, sie, es. Er, sie, es soll. Now, you realize one thing, that when conjugating the modal verbs, ish and er, sie, es are always the same when conjugating the modal verbs, right? That's why I say ish soll, and then, of course, er, sie, es is also soll. Then I have sie. This one is always capital S. Sie sollen. Sie sollen. You should, all right? Now, how about the plural side? Now, for the plural side, ish plural is wer. So you say wer sollen. Wir sollen, all right? And then the plural here is ihr sollt. Ihr sollt. And then sie sollen. Then eventually also we have sie sollen. So let's just go ahead and break out their meanings in depth. Now remember, ich soll is I should, ich soll. Now the plural of ich soll is wir sollen, we should. Then you have du sollst, the informal form, yeah? Du sollst, you should, plural, ihr sollt. And then you have er, sie, es soll, that is he, she, it should. The plural is sie sollen, they should. And then lastly, you have sie sollen, capital S, you should. And then the plural is sie sollen. All right. Now, I would like us to be informed, now that you've seen how to conjugate the verb sollen, please be informed that whenever we use the modal verbs, whenever you shall be using the modal verbs, the sentence should be arranged as follows, so that you will find, now this is your normal sentence, you will begin with your subject. So sentence begin with subject, all right? And then you follow with the modal verb, subject, modal verb, like that. And then at the end, you put an infinitive verb at the end. Infinitive verb. So this is a sentence order whenever someone gets to use a modal verb. So there's the subject, modal verb, and then at the end there's the infinitive verb. All right. So let's just have some two examples using soll. You want to say, I should go today. I should go today. So I would say I should go. So I is the subject, yeah? Ish. So ish. And then the modal verb is should, yeah? Remember it's ish soll. So I should go. Ish soll. So subject ish. Soll, modal verb. I should go today. Now you've been told is subject, modal verb, and then the other verb you put at the end. So it should be I should today go. So ich soll heute, ich soll heute, and then at the end you put the infinitive verb gehen. Now you can see the order is completely different from English. English I would say I should go today. That is ich soll gehen heute. But in German, remember it is subject, modal verb, and then the other verb, what do? You put at the end. So it should be ich soll heute gehen. Ich soll heute gehen. Okay, let's just talk about another example. Another example. You want to say, the children should dance. The children should dance. Now, the children, we call them Kinder. That is die Kinder. Okay. Die Kinder, that is our subject. Die Kinder should. Now, children are plural, right? They fall here under they. So die Kinder now should becomes sollen. Die Kinder sollen. The children should dance. So you say, die Kinder sollen, and then at the end you put the verb tanzen. Die Kinder sollen tanzen. The children should dance. All right. And that is how we get to form sentences whenever we get to use this sollen. Remember, the emphasis here is that you begin with the subject, modal verb, then the other verb you put at the end, okay? All right, let's now see the second modal verb that I had for us today. Now, the second one that I would like us to see, the second one that I'd like us to see is, let's use dürfen. Number 2, dürfen. Now, please be careful. It has umlauts. D-U umlaut R-E-F-N. Dürfen, which now means may. Dürfen means may or be able to. I may go. I may come. I may sing. All right. Dürfen, may. So how do you conjugate dürfen then in a sentence? So this is how it's conjugated. Ich, it's very irregular. Now becomes ich darf. Look at that. Ich darf, I may. And then du darfst. Look at how it changes. Ich darf, du darfst, you may. And then you have sie, es. Sie, es, darf. Sie, es, darf. All right. Then you have sie dürfen. Sie dürfen. Ich darf, I may. Du darfst, you may. Then you have sie, es, darf. He, she, it, may. Sie dürfen, you may. Wir dürfen. We may. Wir dürfen. And then you have dürft. Ihr dürft. Then eventually have sie dürfen. Sie dürfen. And then lastly, sie dürfen. Now, this is how we get to conjugate the modal verb dürfen, yeah? So remember, we've said dürfen means may. Ich darf, I may. Du darfst, this the sie, es, darf. Sie dürfen, you may. Remember, sie, es, darf is he, she, it, may. Then, sie dürfen, you may. Wir dürfen, we may. Ihr dürft, you may, and then sie dürfen, they may, sie dürfen, you may. All right. Okay, let's also have some 3 examples here just to emphasize on that. Now, I want to say that we may sing today. We may sing today. We may sing. So if I check, we is wir, right? So it's simply wir dürfen, we may sing today. Wir dürfen, and then it begins heute, wir dürfen heute, and then the other verb, singen. Wir dürfen heute singen. So you can see subject, modal verb, and then the verb, singen. Wir dürfen heute singen. We may sing today. Okay, let's have 2 more examples. I want to say that the lady may go there. So the lady is simply die Frau, all right? Die Frau. Now lady falls under as s, he, she, it. So die Frau darf, the lady may go there. So die Frau darf dort gehen. Die Frau darf dort gehen. So you can see we've begun with die Frau, subject, darf, modal verb, and at the end, gehen. Okay. All right, then let's now have the last example here. I want to say that my mother and my father may come today. My mother and my father. So my mother is simply meine Mutter. You remember feminines, they have to have ending E. Meine Mutter, my mother, and my father. Und mein Vater, meine Mutter und mein Vater may come today. So remember there are 2. There is meine Mutter und mein Vater. So there are 2. That means they're plural. Dürfen. Meine Mutter und mein Vater dürfen heute kommen. So my mother and my father may come today. So meine Mutter und mein Vater dürfen heute kommen. All right. So that was on the second modal verb, that was on dürfen. And then I believe now you've seen how dürfen is conjugated and how you're also supposed to use it, right? Okay, let's now see the last one. Let's now see the last modal verb that I wanted us to see. And that one is on können. Although we had talked about it in the previous, there's a video I shared with us previously, and I remember we had covered on that. But there is no worries with us repeating it again. So this last one here is on number 3, that is können. Now here again is another simple one, but can also be quite tricky to most of the people. Now können simply means can. Remember, it means can or be able to. Can or be able to. Don't say, I can be able to sing. You're repeating yourself. I can be able to dance. No. Remember, can means can or even be able to. Okay. So how do you go ahead and conjugate können? So if I'm to conjugate können, you simply go ahead and say, ich kann, right? Ich kann, I can. Then you have du kannst. So ich kann, du kannst. Then I have the sie, es kann. You remember we said clearly in the beginning that for modal verbs, ich and es, yes, I know the same. Ich kann, es kann. Du kannst. Then there's the sie können. Sie können. All right. How about the plural side? Wir können. Wir können. Then I have er konnt, then eventually have sie können, sie können, sie können, sie können. And that is how we get to create this modal verb können. Ich kann, I can. Du kannst. Then you have er, sie, es kann. Sie können, you can. Wir können, we can. Ihr könnt, and then sie können, they can. Sie können, you can. All right. So let's finalize with some one example and also some two questions using this one here. Yeah? So you want to tell somebody that I can speak English. I can speak English. I can speak English. So I is simply ich. So now go ahead and say ich, then kann, right? Ich kann. I can speak English. So you can see subject, modal verb, and then you follow with the English. Ich kann English. Now and then at the end you put the other verb, which is now sprechen. So, ich kann Englisch sprechen. I can speak English. All right. Now you want to ask somebody. Let's now ask some questions. You have to ask, can they really dance? Can they really dance? Now they've used the modal verb. They've used the subject they. Can they? Remember we said they is small s. Sie. Sie können. They can. So can they? Now can they will now become können sie, small s. Now if we put it as a capital S, it will mean this one here. It's different. So can they dance? Can they really dance? Können sie? Then really? Wirklich? Können sie wirklich tanzen? Können sie? So can they? Können sie tanzen? Können sie wirklich tanzen? Can they really dance? All right, now I want us to get the last example here with können. And this one here, you could say, I cannot write. I cannot write. I cannot write. So just say, ich kann. I cannot write. Ich kann nicht. Ich kann nicht. And then the word to write, which is schreiben. All right? So you can see there's the subject, ich, then the verb kann, the modal verb, yeah? And then at the end you put the word schreiben. Ich kann nicht schreiben. Now, from all the examples given here, or the illustrations, let's just see, you are seeing one factor is truth, right? The truth is that whenever you're using these modal verbs, sollen, dürfen, or even können, one fact that comes out to be true is that you have to begin the subject, you follow with the modal verb, and then at the very end is when you put the other infinitive verb. Yeah, remember, you can see in the examples we've given here. I would recommend at the end of this video you could play it back just for emphasis. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Damen und Herren, that is how we get to use these three modal verbs: sollen, dürfen, and können. If in case you might have some more questions to ask, please feel free and comment below. And I would also like to encourage you to go ahead and share your own sentence examples that you have formed using sollen, können, and dürfen. I'd like you to also go ahead and comment below which level you're now doing, and of course, where you're tuning in from. This one helps us with the graphics, okay? So with that said and done, then, ladies and gentlemen, let me say, das ist alles für heute. Tschüss, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.